Good day, everyone. Before we formally start our discussion, let me introduce myself first. I am Anna Marie Steliori from Group 6. Now, let's start our discussion. So, our topic is all about critical evaluation and promotion of local and oral history. So, local history is a study of people, places, factual event, and cultural heritage. Oral history is a systematic collection of living people, testimony about their own experience, also defined as the recording, presentation, and interpretation of historical information. So that is local and oral history. So a museum in the Philippines. So museum has a big role to play in the process of education. It is a building that cares for a display of collection of artifacts and other object of artistic. So mo na siya ang museum. So this is Aguinaldo Shirin, located in Kawit, Cavite, the Central House of Emilio Aguinaldo. And the second one is the Presidential Center of Ferdinand Marcos, where located in Batac, Ilocos Norte, show the memorable of late president. Then the next one is Otangoy Santos House. It is a museum of the women of Malolos. It is located in Bulacan. A home belonged to Paulino Santos and Albert Otangoy Santos. Collection of surviving artifacts and other memorable relevant to the narrative of the woman and the Otangoy Santos family.
My name is Merkel Abedi. This is my part, Rizal Shrine. It is located in Calamba, Laguna, a Spanish colonial two-story house. Second floor, subutable naman kayo na. The house was built for 2 years by Rizal's father. Gibuhat ni nga, ang Rizal Shrine is 2 years. It provides representation of the home when Rizal grew up until his formal schooling in Binyan. Recounting the nipa hut in the garden where he learned to sleep and scope. Dito siya gatulugan day sa kuan usahay sa payag-payag unya sa kitchen. Dito po siya gatuon og alphabet. Then the bedroom where he learned to pray. Dito siya ga ampo. The books and the azueta where he listened to his grandmother's stories. Unya ginaskuan po siya ginaisultihan og mga story, kabalo naman na The Philippine culture is combination of cultures of the East and West. The pre-colonial culture was merged with the influence of colonizers and the Chinese traders. In pre-colonial times, it was divided in a set of islands and tribes ruled by their specific kings, chieftains, lakans, rights, datus, and sultans. Naday kuan sa ila gapamuno is mga kuan kanang mga labaw-labaw sa ato kung sa barangay pa is mga captains. Ang mga Pinoy pod na sila ginabuhat nga kuan sign of respect sa mga katigulangan, which is ang katong pagmano. Kabalo naman ta unsa nang pagmano, di ba? Di naman ta bata. Philippines is referred to as melting pot of Western and Eastern cultures. The major religions in the country are Christianity. Kay kuan man ni gitudlo po ni sa mga kuan pag sa mga Spaniards pag sakop nila sa atoa, gipugos gini sa atoa. Wa tay nabuhat. Unya kani pong kuan Christianity is dako kas lag role diri sa Pilipinas, maong daghay kabag-uhan po diri sa atoa. Ang uban just nun na siguro. The social beliefs and custom practice and primarily influenced by demographics of the region where they are practiced. The traditional customs of indigenous peoples are based on the beliefs of the Austronesian inhabitants of the country. Gabay sa po sila sa mga tinuohan. The Spaniards introduced European colonial architecture. Introduce po sa mga kuan po dahil sa Spaniards ang ilang kuan ang architecture niya. Spaniards introduce stones and rocks as housing and building materials. Ginakuan po dahil nila gi-introduce nila ang mga bato para sa mga kuan kanang mga karaan nga mga balay kay kuan magud pod lig-on magud pod. Can still be seen in centuries old buildings such as Filipino Baroque houses, schools, monasteries, and government buildings around the nation. Makita bagapon na sila hangtod karon bisag mga di po ko sure kung asa ang mga lugar pero ma-search man na sa Google. Kuan sa Philippine architecture na sila proposal nga kuan establish policy where each municipality and city will have an ordinance mandating all construction and reconstruction to be inclined by municipality or city's architecture and conserve the country's dying heritage sites. Kuan pud kuan pud nila gina-construct pud nila ang kuan ang mga daan nga kuan kanang kuan ba kanang mga daan jud nga mga balay or unsa man ni oy mga tradisyon kay para kuan para mas ma-preserve ug makita pa sa mga kuan bagong tubo karon. And that's all, thank you.
Mao ni siya earthquake barracks mga architecture nga makita nato sa Philippines like bahay na bato, traditional colonial house, so mao ni siya. Then bahay kubo, so familiar naman kay taning bahay kubo sukad pa sa bata-bata, common form of housing among the native Filipinos. So mga materials na gamit niya, bamboo, coconut, then pugon grass, nipa, palm leaves, so muna siya ang bahay kubo. So familiar na gid kay taan eh. Then kalesa, traditional urban transportation. So muna siya ang mga ginagamit sa unang mahimo sa kyanan ni nana. Diba sa unang panahon isula pa kayo na-invent na mga wala kayo na-invent ng mga sakyanan pero dili siya as in nga pareha karon nga sa nang dagana ingana gani. So mo siya ang kalasa. Additional information. So American colonialization, formation of current buildings from the city all the way to municipality level. The classic materials used are wood, stone, bricks, while for modern material use is cast iron, structural steel, and concrete. So today, architecture continued to be vibrant, and with the country opening up to the world, more first-rate architecture is pouring in. So, Banawi Rice Terraces, so balo naman taon sa ning Banawi Rice Terraces.
Hello everyone, I'm our Evangelista. I'm reporting for religion, visual arts, and indigenous arts. In the Philippine religions, before the arrival of Spaniards and Western cultures, Philippines were adherent of syncretic religions composed of shamanistic animism, polytheism, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Because before, the Christianity was founded in Europe continent and brought to us by Spaniards through religious approach. We were conquered through religious approach. Then next is Philippines is one of the two predominantly Roman Catholic, which is 80.58% nation Asia Pacific. The other being is in East Timor. From the survey of 2014, Christianity is about 90.07% of the population, while Islam is 5.57% and the others are 4.37% of the total population. The next is Protestant Christianity, which is the second largest population. It was introduced by American missionaries. Next is the Rizalist, claiming Jose Rizal as the second son of the God and a reincarnation of Christ. Most of members of those who are poor, possessed, and who feel alienated from the Catholic Church claim that one can be found salvation and heaven by joining. Then, next is visual arts. The visual arts is Filipino began creating painting at European tradition during 17th century Spanish period. The earliest paintings were such frescoes, religious imagery, sculptures, and lithography featuring Christian icons. Between 19th and 20th century, painting was produced for religious, political, and landscape works with qualities of sweetness, dark, and light. Then, which the famous Arthur Hansen, which is Filipino painter, also known as Ama ng Makabayang Pintor, who uses his hair as paintbrush and sign his painting using his own blood. He developed his skills without any training or guidance from professionals. Next is, it has been proven that 500 BC, that making pottery was practiced through the archipelago. Early Philippines painting can be found in red slip, which is clay mixed with water. Design embellished in the ritual pottery of the Philippines, like the mononggal jar found in Sanga or Sanga Cave in the Sulu and Cagayans. Further evidence of painting manifests in tattoo tradition in early Filipinos called pintados, or the pointed people of the Visayas. Painted people of the Visayas. Then various design reference flora and fauna with heavenly bodies decorate their bodies in various colors pigmentation. Examples of these are here in the picture. Pintados, the Naga dragons, the Sarimanok carved. Let, letras y figuras, founded by Jose Honorato Lozano. Additional information. Visual arts are performed such as ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, and photography. In the Spanish colonial period, artistic paintings were introduced to the Filipinos in the 16th century. Spaniards used painting as religious propaganda to spread Catholicism. Post-Spanish period, the art of Juan Luna showed a trend political statement, which is the Spolarium. Then Fernando Amorsolo produces painting that is illustrated Philippine culture, nature, and harmony. The indigenous arts. Now we're talking about indigenous arts. Some indigenous materials are used as medium of artworks, especially the painting of Filipino artists like Blito Surca. He is folk artist of Panambangan who uses indigenous materials, raw materials including human blood. Filipino painters was influenced and later used onions, tomatoes, coffee, molasses, and other as paints. The Filipino painters more mostly uses resources which is available to the place near them. Then, woven fabrics of Gadang people usually have bright red tones, can be identified by beaded ornamentation. Other people like the Ilongot make jewelry from pearl, red hornbill, beaks, plants, and metals. Then, Kutkot art. Example is here in this picture. Practice is somewhere between early 60th and late 20th AD. Technique is combining ancient Oriental and European process and exotic Philippine art from based on sgrafido, acoustic, and layering. Unique artwork characteristic by delicate swirling interwoven lines, layered and texture, an illusion of 3D space. Next is Binangkol, a blanket which features design incorporate optical illusions. Then, muna siya. Example of these are we can find this in our houses. The muna siya mga katong gitawag na habol bitaw na to. So gani. Then the Sangi. Karalayo region or Kalgarutan. The people displays their art in tattooing living bags. Traditionally, backpack and carving woods. Next is the dyeing abaca fibers, which is ikat, also known as ikat, practiced by Lumad people of Mindanao such as Bilan, Mansaka, Mandaya, and Tibuli. Abaca closely related to Two bananas and its leaves are used to make fibers known as Manila hemp. Ikat method of dyeing. Ikat fibers woven into cloth geometric patterns depicting human, animal, and plant themes.
Panderentos, Cariñosa, Nikling, Singkil. If you can say that, that is a performing arts done in live. So let's go to the next part, music. Early music is a mixture of indigenous Islamic and varied of Asian sound during European and American colonialization in the 16th and 20th century. Spanish settles the Filipinos played instruments such as flutes, guitars, ukulele, violin, trumpets, and drums. Song and dance were performed during festival occasions that is called why we celebrate the ends using indigenous things like banderitas, cariñosa, tinikling, singkil. That is one of the instrument. Folk song and dances were performed by groups and Bayanihan, Filipinas, Barangay, Barrios, Aliraya, and Fort Santiago Theater. So that's why I need to explain to you that because of that we are doing this. We are studying about performing arts because that is one of our culture to present. Filipino composers are Antonio Manila and Felipe de Luna, musicians. So, modern music is distinguished like rock, hip hop, and the others. As you can see that rock, hip hop, and others is one of my examples because performing arts is not just for the traditional music or culture that we are doing this day, but also the rock, hip hop, and the others because that is performed by live. Remember that there is a talent that we are know that dance Philippines, just like that. There is a kind of dance like Langka Baluwaga performed by male dancers and as Angry Monkeys. Just like Angry Monkeys. Apayao can courtship dance performed by having couples swing their arms and their ear, simulate a flying bird. Maglalatik, a war dance, depiction of a fight between Christian and Moros. That is one of a traditional or culture historic forming our arts. And in music, hindi man song by women and talks about being heartbroken. Instrument, kajapi, lintang, timbal, kubing, that is one of our using musics. But using also in, because music is one of the thing of performing arts. Literature. Philippine literature start with traditional folktales and legend made by the ancient Filipinos before Spanish colonialization. Themes are on a pre-colonial culture, tradition, socio-political, historical of its colonial and temporary tradition. Philippine literature illustrate the prehistory and European colonial legacy written both in indigenous and Hispanic writing system. Some well-known work of literature were created from the 17th to 19th century. There have been proposal to revive all indigenous ethnic scripts on Suyat. This is one of the example of this literature. Ibong Adarna, Ferrante at Laura, Dr. Jose Rizal. This is one of the most popular to our country today because we are studying Dr. Jose Rizal's books. No Limitang Here and El Filibusterismo during high school and is made by Filipinos. Information, literature, English is unpreferred language during World War II. Remember, the World War II is War of the Ocean. Remember that. Poetry has always been seen of somehow location and not intended in foreign audiences. Contemporary and late 20th century written and have gained critical claims include Rizal Majoris, Alfred Guzon, Jose Dalisay, and Kasokot, Crillo Bautista, Marjorie Ivasco, Dr. Jose Rizal, father of indigenous Filipino literature. That's all. Now let's go for the cinema and media. Philippines is one of Asian earliest film industry producer. The informative year of Philippine cinema starting from 1970s were a time of discovery of the film as a new medium expression artworks. 97, the adventure of cinema was phased back and Spanish theater owners since imported moving picture. 1950s, golden age Philippine cinemas were emerged of artistic and mature film and improvement in cinematic techniques among filmmakers, awarding meaning filmmakers and actors were the first introduced. 1960s, rampant commercialist in films. 1970s and 1980s, turbulent year of film industry bring both positive and negative changes, dealt with these topics following the martial law, brought the arrivals and alternative of or independent cinema. 90s, popularity of drama, teen-oriented, romantic comedy, adult, and action film. 2004-2007, Philippine film industry produce rate was declined. 21st century, rebirth of intended filmmaking through the use of digital technology and once again nationwide recognition, prestige, the journey of arts and media. Now let's go to cuisine. Filipinos cook a variety of food influenced by Indian, Chinese influence. Indigenous ingredients. Spanish colonization in 16th century brought with temples from the Americans such as chili, pepper, tomatoes, corn, potatoes, and method as sweetening garlic and onions. Eating out is our pastime. Filipino diet consists of 6 meals a day: breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and midnight snack before sleep. Popular dishes: adobo, lumpia, pancit, andla, pasta, batchoy, and lechon baboy. Wow, they look really delicious. Unappetizing to the western palate, balot, longganisa, and dinuguan. Our snack and desserts: chicharon, puto, ice cream. And beverages for us, lemons, just like this. So the used for sauce, it's like lemons. Additional information for cuisine is historian says that 80% of the Philippine cuisine originates from Spanish dish like adobo, Spanish term of for the sauce. Almond bigas, all Tagalog dish combined with secret food preparing of the Chinese, Spaniards, and Tagalogs. Chinese, hopia, rice cake. American, introduced fast food chain. Other dishes, daing, nilagang bakat, tinola, pinakbet. That is one of the generation of our thing. So that is one of the example. This is I present for you is the example of having these foods. Why we know of these foods? Is this the originated in Philippines or not? As you can see that is one of our pamana. I mean in different civilizations.
So our next topic is all about education. It is influenced by Western and Eastern ideology and philosophy from US, Spain, and its neighboring Asian countries. So when we say education, it is a process of discipline that concerned with methods of teaching that also acquiring knowledge, value, and virtue. So another for information or additional information. So American colonialization, English was introduced as the primary language of institution. University of the Philippines, representing the first comprehensive public university in the nation history. Vocational education is the institution that offered technical and vocational practical arts. Program offered varying duration from a few weeks to 2 years course. Next, sports, Palarong Pambansa, a national sports festival started on 1948 but became known on 1976. So, Filipino have gained international success in sports, mainly boxing, basketball, football, billiard, and others. Additional information. So, Palarong Pambansa, first called as Bureau of Public Schools Interscholastic Athletic Association, and changed as Palarong Pambansa on 1948. One of its objective, it is promote the spirit of discipline, teamwork, excellence, fair play, solidarity, sportsmanship, and other values inherent to sports. So, other sports, sikaran, domok, and etc. Next, traditional Filipino games. So, familiar jud kay mo ning mga traditional Filipino games like luksong tinik, yoyo, patentero, then bahay kubo,
tapos mga like piko, ingana og uban pa. So familiar na gid kay ta aning mga Filipino games nga mga ingani. Kabalo naman ta ani kung unsa ni.
So our next topic is all about indigenous group. So indigenous group consists of a large number of Austronesian ethnic group. They are the descendants of the original Austronesian inhabitants of the Philippines that settled 1,000 years ago. So like Igorot, Lumad, Antiantomando, ano siya mga indigenous group.
Indigenous religion are shamanism. Due to the arrival of Christianity, Islam, and other world religion, the indigenous rituals and spiritual practice are fast disappearing. Cultural works such as the Paiwan model, which are made by Taiwanese government to preserve indigenous religion. The indigenous practice and shamanism of the Paiwan people of Taiwan was the fastest declining religion in the country. Each indigenous religion is distinct from each other, possessing unique ethics, belief system. Shamanism or Daoism, gallant religion that gives thanks to all living and non-living things. Additional information. Pag-ipat. When a family member is the belief that ancestral spirit tinungunan was caused disease. The ritual can last from a day to several days performed by a folk healer. So, muna siya ang
So next is all about intangible cultural heritage, where Philippines was invited by UNESCO to nominate intangible heritage element for the inclusion to proclamation of masterpieces of the oral intangible heritage humanity. So sa 2012, the Philippines Inventory of Intangible Cultural Heritage. Then 2012, the Pinagmulan was published. Next, additional information. These are the oral tradition, expression, social practice, performing art, rituals, knowledge, and practice concerning nature and universe, like tradition healing practice, manghihilot, albularyo, and belief of buhay na tubig. So, some element in the initial inventory include Indarapata, which is Maranao folk narrative, Koratsa, Dance of the Waray, and various agricultural. So, sa among report and we are hoping na namoy nakatunan og thank you sa pagpam